Joining me on set now is our resident Biden whisperer, Mike Memoli. So, Mike, obviously there's a lot of soul searching happening around the Biden family. It's interesting when you hear these Democrats talk, they seem to still leave open a sliver in that door that maybe there's an exit ramp for the president. What's your sense? Are his family members encouraging to stay in the fight? And is there anybody that could actually tell the president it's time to step aside?
Well, when we reported that he was going to be spending time with his family this weekend, it was significant because everyone knows he's not going to change course because of a New York Times editorial board piece. He's not going to change course because of a bedwetting donor, who we've certainly also heard a lot from. He's going to really think about this long and hard with the voices of the people who he loves and values the most, and that's his family. I don't think this is a one-day conversation either. They did seem to want to get out as quickly as they could an initial impression that the family is fully behind him. But look, I think the family is processing this like many Democrats are processing this as well. Taking in day by day, looking at the data is really what they want to see, I think, over time. And the president, as our reporting indicated, himself is frankly humiliated by his performance. He was embarrassed. He knows he didn't perform. And I think as that also builds over time, the conversations within the family become more nuanced as well. And so I think the campaign, I can confirm what you said, that they have been aggressive in pushing back on the idea that this is going to change anything. But I think everyone knows, that, especially at the leadership of the Democratic Party, that the best thing they can do is give the president some space and time right now.
And so there is a big factor. You mentioned the data, which maybe go a long way to making a final decision here. But money is a part of it. There are some donors that are spooked. I mean, how long are they willing to be patient as this process plays itself out?
It was interesting because the president did nothing this weekend but attend fundraisers, right, before he went to Camp David. And some of those who were hosting them said people weren't backing out. They were very engaged. In fact, they wanted to see the president up close and personal, and they had that opportunity. But there was this call that we reported on with a very small group of donors, in which it was much more candid than some of the other briefings that have been going on from the campaign leadership. There were people still on board and wanting to hear more about what the campaign was going to do to be aggressively pushing back on the calls for him to step aside. But there were also those who were frankly blunt with the campaign manager about what they feel like was a downward spiral beginning, and some of them even asking for their money back. You can't do that. What Julie Chavez Rodriguez, the campaign manager, laid out to them was, first of all, Biden's not going anywhere. That's what she made clear. But also, these West Wing type scenarios that some people were floating about potential alternate candidates, it's messy. And it's either going to be the vice president who would inherit most of the infrastructure and money from the campaign, or it's going to be a messy fight. And that is an alternative that they are laying the groundwork for, would also not necessarily be better than the current situation.
Very similar to the conversations I'm having. Like, maybe we should do this, but if we do it, it could be even a bigger problem than what we're currently dealing with. Certainly Democrats find themselves in a difficult position. Mike, when you get definitive word, let us know. We'll be here waiting. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, Mike.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.